Boom, this is day 22 of the No Media series. Welcome back to all you regulars, but for the new viewers out there, this series is about me disconnecting from the abundant streams of information that are available to us today. This includes YouTube, Instagram, all social media apps, all movie streaming applications, or movie streaming services. That includes all sources of media like the news, podcasts, and the rest. There's too much information these days in the world, and it all clouds our minds and brings us away from how we actually should live our lives. We as human beings were very, very, very easily influenced. I am, anyways. And I feel like I need to go back a little bit so I can actually live life in my own way, how I want to live it, not by how other people tell me to live my life. And you may relate to this by me telling you how to live your life right now, because I'm making this No Media series. So obviously you may get influence and say, you know what, I'm going to do the exact same thing you're doing. Yeah, well, it's your choice. But the thing is, everything is our choice, and it's our choice to consume less media. So I'm making this choice, and this is where I document myself and how I feel every single day when I disconnect from all of these streaming applications, all of these services that I just mentioned. So let me start by talking about my day. I feel like this is a good way to start, but my day was good. I actually spent a very nice and wholesome day with my mum. So we went to get her passport changed. It was overdue. So we did that. And then just because we were quite close to the seaside, we went to the seaside. We had a little bit of a walk. And then we found this very nice Japanese restaurant that we've never been to before. And it was our first time having ramen. Both me and my mom never had ramen before. And it was this authentic Japanese ramen. Like literally we walked into the restaurant and we were met by this geisha woman. So if you know what geisha means, it's like a Japanese woman that has like a lot of white makeup on. And she's wearing this robe thing. And so we're greeted, we're sat down. And then we order food, and this robot brings us food, which is like crazy. He starts like singing a song. And at first I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, where's this coming from? And I turn around and I see this robot beside me. So that was quite fun. But I have to say, the ramen was absolutely delicious. Both me and my mum loved the ramen. There was this old lady sitting beside us. She came in midway through us having our first course. We were having some sushi, right? And the lady's maybe like in her 60s, so she looked. And it didn't take her long to start chatting to us. And me being me, I'm quite talkative, I'm quite approachable in person, so I started talking to her, and I could notice that she's not all there in the mind, that she's very strange. She was looking at me and my mum all the time throughout us eating our meal, like staring at us like this. And I was like, whoa, that's a bit intense. Like she was sitting right beside us, on the next table. At first I thought maybe she's sitting there because like, the window's right there. We're sitting by the window and the sun is shining. So maybe thought, she wants to like get a bit of sunshine. And then she talks and talks and talks. And, we're having a conversation. She's telling us where she's from and asking us where we're from and all of that. And then she mentions that she has like a brain tumor, right? And that's why her memory's going funny. That's why she's like acting all weird. And I was like, oh man. I was kind of glad to talk to her all that time. We spent maybe half an hour talking to this woman. And, it was quite wholesome. Got to find out quite a bit about, how other people lead their lives and what kind of situations other people are in. And, you don't really think about that, but yeah, it was like a bit of a reality check. So the ramen was nice anyways. The ramen was very good. So then we went on for a little bit of a walk, and then we went home. So that was my day. And I want to speak a little bit about just information in general, right? Link it to this series. So people believe that a lot of correct information makes us smarter, I was making the mistake before of consuming too much. At times I was listening to podcasts for like 4 hours a day, was listening to audiobooks sometimes for like 5-6 hours a day. And do you think I learned everything that was said to me in those 6 hours or 4 hours of podcast listening? No. My brain can only take in so much information for me to actually soak it all in, actually think about it. It takes time for me to analyze everything that's just been entering my head or my brain, so to speak. So you really have to be careful with information that goes into your head, first of all, because as we know, a lot of media sources are trying to change your mind to suit their own narrative. Like, let's say, to get you to buy something, to believe a certain narrative, to believe a certain ideology. And that's quite dangerous on its own. But it also floods your brain with too much information. So you may be reading books, right? You may be like doing something for self-improvement. But the thing is, just because you're consuming all the other wrong information, your brain cannot distinguish the right and the wrong information that's entering your head. So it's trying to soak it all in at the same time, right? So that makes it way more difficult for you to soak in the good stuff, to soak in the good information, because you're soaking in the two parts straight away. But you have to remember, right? This is what I want to talk about. All of our brains, well, anyways, my brain, okay? You may have the same thing, or a few people may be very gifted and they don't have any effect from this, but we can only have so much information enter our head before it all just like drips out. If you think about a cup, you try to fill a cup with tap water, it's going to start spilling out, obviously. So it's kind of like our brain. If too much enters in, it's just going to start spilling out and it's not going to stay. So you have to think about it as a two-part problem. One, make sure you put in the right water into your cup. Don't put in like oil or something. Don't put in some stupid stuff. Number two, don't overfill your cup. So that's kind of my little dilemma for today. It's like, I thought that, yeah, I can get away with like consuming so much information, my brain's going to do the rest, but no. It's like a waste of time. You actually do yourself more harm rather than good. So yeah, don't consume too much. Limit your consumption to information, and you don't even have to consume any information. I've kind of proven this with this channel, or with this challenge or series, or whatever you want to call it. So in the 22 days, I've not been consuming any social media, any media, no, like very, very like small bites of movies. Like I've watched maybe 1 or 2 movies during the 22 days with my partner, and that was kind of it. Not really much else. Maybe a little bit of TV, maybe like an hour or 2 or 3, maybe max, throughout the whole series. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 5. Just trying to remember now how many weekends have passed, because it's usually on a weekend. But the thing is, you have to really limit to how much you consume, because it doesn't really matter. Your brain will start producing information anyways. Your eyes can observe, your senses are open, your ears are open, your eyes, your smell. You will take in the surroundings, you'll see what your eyes can see, and there will be enough information entering your brain without even trying. So you'll be learning things as you go along anyways. Now, there was a bit of a little hiccup in the recent 2 days. And I want to be completely transparent and honest with this series, because this is what this is about. It's not only a place where I keep this as a journal or a place of accountability that I have to record myself every single day, to build accountability and make this a habit. Get better speaking on camera, obviously, because I used to really not be good at speaking to the camera. I used to stutter a lot, used to like mess up my words, but now I can record for 9 minutes without really messing up too much. So that's an improvement. But anyways, what was I even saying? Oof, I got off track. That's what happens with me. But yeah, I did a little bit of a hiccup. So for 2 days, since I sold my camper van now, so I sold my camper van, I'm on the lookout for a new camper van, which means I activated my Facebook account in order to go on the Facebook Marketplace. If you're not familiar with the Facebook Marketplace, it has a lot of stuff on it. So I'm already looking for a new camper van. Just because, the more you look, the more chances of you are to find a good camper van or a good item, doesn't matter. So I started going on Facebook, right? I go on the marketplace. But obviously, Facebook is not only the marketplace. It's built in this stupid way that you cannot just access the marketplace on its own. It has to be Facebook on its own. So you can see on the top, you have stories of people that are added. I'm not looking at those. I don't really care. But then you have like, all the posts and stuff. And me being a creature of habit from before, I used to use Facebook quite a bit. I know it's like an app used for old people, but still, I kind of liked it before. I started scrolling through like the app. And I did it for maybe like 10 minutes, maybe even like 15 minutes, scrolled. And I kind of caught myself. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I completely forgot about the series. I completely forgot. I was like immersed in the experience. And my brain was like completely shut off to everything else. My surroundings were completely like gone. I was in Facebook. Like, I was locked in. And I was like, whoa, this is dangerous stuff. Like, I can only imagine how people, like, how I used to live my life before and how people are living their lives right now. It's like, you're completely oblivious to your surroundings. You're immersed in whatever app you're using, in whatever information you're consuming. You're immersed. It's dangerous. They can be telling you anything, showing you anything. It's dangerous. Trust me. So yeah, I made note of this. I'm not doing it again. Marketplace, gotta limit that too. So yeah, this is my long update for day 22. I like the date, the number 22. It's like my birthday is on the 22nd. So I don't know. I have this like weird thing about numbers. They resonate with my memory a little bit more. So I don't know. Maybe I'm subconsciously trying to make a better effort, like a recording for day 22. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you think this is a positive message, if you think this is a positive message, then you share this with your friends and maybe they will like these videos. Like, subscribe, and all the rest. So, yeah, as always, peace.